So as you can see, we're in Shobulla Kata. This is a little bit south of Kankali, probably about 30 miles north of Tekna. And we're behind us, you can't see, it's very dark at the moment. There is a camp for probably around about 100 houses, which is probably around about 500 refugees. And some of the stories we've heard here have revealed many, many stories that we weren't previously aware of.
You can tell it's pitch black. So in this darkness, they're eating their small meals in their kind of makeshift camps. They're just about trying to travel in this darkness. There are thousands of Rohingya who are living here at the moment across this strip, so across all the camps across this strip. The worrying thing is there are children who are walking very vulnerable across the streets. There are women here who are pregnant, whose husbands have been killed. There are elderly men who are here who have lost their parents, their wives, their children, who have travelled by themselves somehow with a broken leg or injuries from grenades. But one of the things that we've picked up from our interviews, we've actually come here for a number of reasons, not just to carry out interviews during the day, but also to see the condition at night time. What do they experience at the night time? What are their sort of needs right now during the day, during the night? What are their worries? What are their concerns? Are they safe? Do they feel as if they have the security that they need? But ultimately, just to get a feel of what it is that they're experiencing at night, as if we were the Rohingya who are living here in the camps. It's difficult for us to even be here for 5 minutes without feeling a little bit like, actually, I can't see what's ahead of me. It's so dark. But to think that these children, these young girls are here in this vulnerable situation, but also to hear the stories of the killing, the murder, the rape, the victimization, babies being thrown into open pits, pregnant women being killed, young girls being kidnapped and used as sex slaves. These are worrying things that I guess we knew, but to hear it from young girls, to figure out that actually the trauma that they're affected with is going to stay with them for a long, long time. It brings everything home again. It makes us realize that beyond the aid distribution, beyond these interviews and these reports, there is so much work to be done. This is something that is catastrophic in a scale that we just cannot ever comprehend.
I mean, we just had one little account of a young girl telling us that in the hill just south of here, 2 young boys were taken in the middle of the night. So when the families went to actually, kind of investigate and see what happened, they managed to catch the kidnappers, but the kidnappers still took the two boys. Alongside that, 3 or 4 girls in the last couple of nights have been taken as well. So there's a lot of security issues, especially for the young children. Now, as you know, we're doing a distribution for young children. We have an appeal at the moment for a distribution for young children. And we are designing a pack which is necessary for the children as opposed to, according to their needs, as opposed to what we think that they need. And one of the things that they say that they've missed the most about home, the things that make them, kind of forget momentarily about the issues that they've seen, is they've not been able to write in months. 2 months, none of them have been able to write anything. They miss writing. They miss playing with their toys. A young girl just told me now that she misses playing with her skipping rope. They miss playing with their friends. They've had to leave some of their friends behind. So it's really important that some of these children, their childhoods are lost. But now we've got to make sure that their actual whole life is not lost. They're disturbed by what they've seen. I've just heard another story about a young girl whose aunt's daughter, her cousin, was raped in front of her. 9 years old she was raped in front of her, and she was beheaded in front of her. And these types of stories are harrowing to hear. Just imagine actually seeing these things. Just imagine actually living through these things. And we'll just pan the camera around. If you look behind us, where our car lights are not there, it's absolute pitch black. So everyone would feel unsafe in these areas. And all we can do is we can just pass on the message to you guys back in the UK and around the world. I mean, we'll ask you for help, for donations, but I mean, how much will donations help? I mean, we can try our best. We can give them food packs. We're doing a lot of research at the moment. We're writing reports, but as Rahima mentioned, there's a lot to be done. There's a huge community, more than 600,000 people here. We have a long way to go, and we ask you to stay with us, restlessbeings.org. And at the same time, please, although it might not make the news anymore, although it might not be discussed so much anymore, please don't forget that there are 600,000 people here tonight, without light, without hope, without a future. And the least that we can do is at least try and offer them some hope. Thank you.